Hello family, good morning. How are you doing this Sunday? And today we're going to talk about all you need to know about pre-op. We're going to talk about the diet, we're going to talk about how to be ready, prepared, and how to be a good iron sleeper before surgery. Okay, so we're just going to wait for our family to join. Great. We have 4 people already. That's great. Hello, Paula. Hello, Lauren. Good morning. Okay, we just need to wait a little bit longer because morning, Braylee, Brandy, Lita, good morning. And we need to wait a little bit longer, to get at least 15-20 people probably. And then we're going to start talking about the pre-op. Yeah, I know, Lorraine, 52. Amanda, good morning. What time is there? What time is it in Germany right now? Hello, Terry, good morning. Emmanuel, good morning. Good morning. You made it, Gail. Good morning. Okay, 6 p.m. And here's 9 a.m. Okay. Jeannie, good morning. Hello, hello. Buenos dias. Yeah, that's it's time. Okay. Cynthia, good morning. How are you doing? Okay. Well, actually, I believe most of you already had the surgery. So I would like to start with some questions first, okay? When we have more people joining, we can start with the pre-op information. But I can tell, because I remember you all, that most of you already had the surgery. So I want to know if you have any questions for me today, because in a couple of minutes we're going to start talking about pre-op. So this is probably going to be more interesting for new patients. You don't? I need to start with the pre-op info. Tony, good morning. Okay. No questions? Really? We have covered everything? Pass up in the meanwhile? Okay. If your sleep isn't working as much, what second surgery can you have? Well, it depends. First, we need to address if what you need is well surgery or plastic surgery. Sometimes with some, we just need to define some areas. We just need to take some fat and excess of skin, loose skin. So it could be that could be one of the situations here. Second, we need to check if you're following the proper diet and exercise. Remember, we can't blame the sleep or any other surgery. But in any case, the second option will be a mini gastric or Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, a bypass. There's no other option there. There's no way of doing a resleeving or anything like that. But again, if you don't follow the proper exercise program and stuff, you're not gonna gain muscle, and you're not gonna be able to keep your weight off. Your system is not gonna be as effective burning energy or fat and stuff. So you definitely need to build up some muscle, and for that you have to exercise. Actually, one of my first videos, I believe, I did some videos back in the day, like a year and a half ago. I was talking about something that I believe was Christina who shared it. Was it you, Christina? About the exercise and weight loss? And I was telling my patients that actually exercising is not for losing weight properly. That's not the main goal. Exercising is for having a healthy body, healthy muscles with a functional metabolism, so you can identify the excessive weight and stuff like that. So yeah. So Cynthia, we need to address that. Like I said, sometimes it's not well surgery what you need after a sleep. I don't know if you stop losing weight. We need to change some habits first. How long is the honeymoon? Well, everybody's different, and it depends on your BMI. It depends on your genetics. Remember that the response to this surgery depends greatly on the genetic mapping. On chromosome 15, we find a place, a locus, that determines how sensitive you are to leptin. So there are three types: AA, AB, and BB. So if you are AA, you are super sensitive to leptin. Those are the kind of people that can eat whatever they want without gaining a pound, because they are so sensitive to leptin that the moment it increases, you're gonna burn that excessive fat. The AB, it's middle term, and the BB is resistant to leptin, so you can gain weight really fast. So the honeymoon depends also on that. We reprogram your set point, but it's gonna depend on how sensitive you are to leptin and the metabolic changes, how successful you're gonna be, how much weight you're gonna lose, and how long it's gonna last your honeymoon. But again, if your BMI is not that high, you're gonna achieve your goal faster, but also you're not gonna lose a lot of weight because you don't have a lot of excessive weight, and it's easier for you to get to your ideal body weight. If your BMI is higher, it's difficult to get to your ideal body weight. And the honeymoon, I believe there is no reason for us to rely on the honeymoon or to even use that term, because we call it honeymoon because it's so easy to lose weight without doing any effort. But you are supposed to do a lot of effort for keeping losing and losing faster. I mean, you should start exercising as soon as possible. You should start eating healthy as soon as possible. And Townie, I'm going to talk about that in a second because that's one of the key topics of the day. A recommended exercise regimen pre-op, definitely. Hello, Kenya. Good morning. Joanna, ¿cómo estás? Buen día. Great. Jonelle, good morning. Cynthia, 153 in 8 months. And you have stayed the same. Okay. Let's talk about it later, but we need to check if you're exercising properly and if what you need is really wellness surgery or just modifying your diet and exercise, or probably plastic surgery. Okay, I think we have 26 people. I believe like 40% are pre-op. But this might be interesting for the post-op too, because we're going to talk about several things. We're going to talk about nutrients and stuff. It's not just for the pre-op, really. Good morning, Raul. So I'm going to start talking about the pre-op. And again, this is interesting for the post-op too, because I'm going to talk about the metabolism, about hormones, about, as always, I'm going to mix the topics a little bit. Oh, Stephanie, well, if your IV is not working anymore, they will definitely need to do that because your surgery was just yesterday and you need your IV fluids, pain meds, and antibiotics. Sorry. Hello, Terry. Well, this is the thing about the pre-op. This makes sense also for the post-op, okay? So please don't leave. The whole idea behind the pre-op diet, at least for me, is to detoxify your body a little bit, because you're about to get lots of medications that are metabolized in your kidneys and liver. Second, I want your liver to shrink as much as possible by consuming all the glycogen you are storing in your liver. And also, I need you to start showing some resolve and commitment to this surgery by following a really harsh diet. I mean, it's not that bad. There are other doctors doing it worse. My pre-op diet is basically a ketogenic diet. That means high protein, near zero carb diet. Why do we call it ketogenic? Well, because the main fuel for the body is actually carbs. Carbs are the main fuel for the body by, nature. We have the enzymes and we have the metabolism to utilize carbs really fast. So it's a really good fuel. The problem comes when you overdo it with bad carbs, and we call bad carbs to sugars, like really simple carbs that are just absorbed immediately, basically. If you don't use them, if you're an athlete and you're doing lots of exercise, you definitely need a fast, supply of energy, so you can get some fructose or glucose, because you definitely need that. And the thing is, our bodies utilize carbs really fast and really easy. So when you deplete or you cease using any kind of carbs completely, your body starts using fat and also protein. So there is a fine line between catabolism, destroying your own muscle, and ketosis, okay? That's why you need to get enough amino acids and protein. So what I'm trying to do here is to deplete first of all, most of our patients, we need to be real here, are consuming lots of carbs. All these dressings, I think we talked about it last week. There are corn syrup, ketchup, mustard, Thousand Island, Caesar salad, all kinds of dressings, and honey. It's not real honey, it's also corn syrup and stuff. Well, the thing is, my patients are getting too many carbs. Yeah, Jesus is present. Okay, great. So the thing is, we need to identify the problem first. Most of our patients are getting too many carbs and also fat. Okay, so if I give you lean protein and salads, you're gonna start getting much more fiber. You're gonna start getting lots of clean protein, no carbs, no fat. So that's why our patients are losing so much weight before surgery. Some patients are losing a couple of dozens of pounds before surgery, okay? So I don't do the clear liquids like other doctors. I've heard about 2 weeks on clear liquids before surgery, and I think that's a little crazy. And let me tell you why. Because our patients, even though they are overweight, that doesn't mean their nutrition is good or they have the right nutrients. So some of them are malnourished, believe it or not. So if you have a malnourished patient having major surgery, well, the risks are much higher than patients that patients with a good nutrition. A patient without that is malnourished is not going to have enough albumin and nutrients for the immune system, for transportation of antibiotics and pain meds is not gonna heal properly. So definitely, thanks. So definitely, if you don't get enough amino acids and proteins, you're not gonna be healthy. You're not gonna be. Thank you all. Your success or the risks increases. Okay, so our patients are malnourished. If you force them into a clear liquid diet for 2 weeks, you're gonna worsen the problem. And then if you force them into a 2 weeks clear liquids, 2 weeks pause up, well, you know what I mean. You know you know where this is going. It's not a good idea, so I didn't do it. Also, clear liquids includes lots of juices like, you know, grape juice, apple juice, and stuff. So most of the time you're getting lots of carbs. So again, not a good idea. That's why I insist on this ketogenic diet to detoxify your body, to help you to start, you know, being more disciplined, to shrink your liver, and ultimately to make my life easier and your surgery more successful. Because if we shrink the liver, we definitely work better, it's easier. So yeah, definitely that's the reason for the pre-op diet. Okay, about exercise, that I think it's also important. Well, the main problem for my patients is they are overweight, of course. So your heart has been working extra hours trying to keep alive a body that, you know, wasn't meant for that size or kind of heart. Our genetic code already programmed the size of our organs, but then we modify that with chemistry, the chemistry of food. So we need to strengthen your heart and cardiovascular system so you can take stress a little better, because this is an anesthetic and surgical stress that you're gonna get, and a post-op stress after changing your metabolism. So again, what kind of exercise? Cardiovascular. I'm not gonna ask you to start weightlifting 2 weeks before surgery, but at least if you can strengthen your cardiovascular system a little bit, that's definitely gonna help. And that helps with your respiration, that helps with the way you metabolize the medications. So if you can start 3 or 4 weeks before surgery, even better. And by cardiovascular exercise, I mean you need to walk really fast so you can increase your heart rate at least to 60% of the maximum heart rate for your age. And you can calculate that if you rest your age to 220. So it's 220 minus your age, and that's 100% of your ideal heart rate for your age. Then you multiply that for 0.6, and that's 60% of your heart rate. So to make it much easier, you need to increase your heart rate at least to 115, 120 for at least 15-20 minutes, at least. If you can do 30, even better. But it's not just walking, and it's not just, well, I'm walking, my work demands a lot of physical exercise. Well, we know that's not enough because you have been gaining weight. So that's definitely not needed. I mean, that doesn't count. You have to exercise as you mean it, and you need to sweat a little bit. Yeah, that's it, Raul. Basically, lean protein, leafy greens, no carbs, definitely. You got the idea perfectly. And math lessons, yeah. Basically, to make it easy, you need to increase your heart rate to 120 for 20 minutes, and that's gonna strengthen your heart at least a little bit. If you can do more than that, even better. And again, this is important. You don't have to kill yourself running. You can achieve, everybody's different, and you can achieve your 120 just walking, or with if you have a treadmill, you can instead of running, if you see that walking on a regular pace or speed is not making you sweat or increasing your heart rate, what you need to do is give it some inclination, 1 degrees, 2 degrees, even 3 degrees, and you can just walk, but with some, degree of inclination, and that's gonna, if you incline it, definitely is gonna increase your heart rate, and you don't need to run like crazy. Okay, I'm not asking you to run Forrest. Okay, so don't run. You can just walk, but with some, just incline the treadmill. Okay, and that's going to increase your heart rate. And of course, if you can do some weightlifting, that's also going to help. Remember, this is a lifestyle. Okay, family, please, you need to change your mindset. Remember, this is a lifestyle. I understand you have lots of, work and family issues or family responsibilities. You have lots of things to do in your life, but this is for yourself. Your kids needs you, and your husband, your wife needs you. You have to work. I understand that perfectly, but you need to be healthy so you can do everything else. You want to be there for your family a little longer, and better quality time stuff. You definitely need to exercise and be healthy. Okay, if you're sick, you're not going to be there for your family or for doing your work, and in your work they're just going to get someone more efficient, and that's it. They're not going to even cry over you, probably, because it's about money. It's a business. So okay, you're sweating all the time. Okay, but I'm looking for your heart rate, not just sweating. So if your heart rate is already 120, you might need to rise it to 140. Yeah, definitely. And again, some exercise at least, so you can, um, make your body more efficient. We are war machines. Our bodies are meant to hunt and stuff like that. So definitely, this is important for the body. 3 times weekly for 1.5 hours. I've been spending anywhere between. Okay, Tony, that's great. That's great. Just remember to eat properly. Okay? I don't want you to be one of those patients that are frustrated because they are not losing weight, even though they are doing 1.5 hours a day in the gym. Okay? So what's gonna happen is that most of our patients with overweight are trying to diet by themselves. They copy other patients' diets, or they download them from the internet. So this is the basic nutrition for pre-op, post-op, or even for no surgery. I mean, the regular rules are you need 6 to 7 meals a day. One of the most common errors is that my patients are eating really small portions and not enough calories, not enough macros. So this is a true story. I will see. Let me see if I have the pictures here, and I will tell you a story. I had this patient. He's not in the group. He's a local patient. I should have the pictures here. And his BMI was like 84 or something like that. So we start working together since, I believe, October last year, something like that. Let me show you the pictures. I believe I have them here. He was having the worst sleep apnea I've seen in my life. Okay, this is one picture. He developed something called Pewick disease. He was talking to you, and then like in 10-15 seconds he's talking and stuff, blah blah blah, and then he will start just going to sleep. You know that okay, sorry. So let me show you a couple of pictures more. So yeah, the BMI was that high. We start working together on his diet, and the thing is, he was eating 2 eggs in the morning with 1 toast and coffee. He was eating chicken. Thank you all. He was eating chicken on the midday meal and some cereal at night or something like that. The thing is, I increased his caloric intake and his food a lot. I told him to eat 6 egg whites and then 1 orange and then protein shakes and then chicken. Well, we did a special program for him, and he started losing weight as crazy. So I want to show you some before and some after pictures, but I need to find them. I'm on his profile right now. You can tell here, for example, he's sweating pretty bad. Probably you're not gonna notice it, not sure, but there are 2 different blue kinds of blue. Here is a lighter blue, and here he was sweating pretty bad. And let me find one more, because the whole idea, or what I'm trying to say, is that after working with me with this kind of diets and exercising, he already lost like 80, 100 pounds, something like that. So he's definitely doing much better, and now we can do his surgery, because remember that the problem is not losing weight but being able to keep it off. Okay, I don't think we can focus this one. Okay, here. Okay, and now and you can tell the clothes are, you know, like really big for him. Okay, now his BMI is like 60 something. So now he's asking me to do the surgery because he don't want to gain the weight back, and he want to keep losing weight. Okay, so probably, Tony, if you're exercising, remember just to get enough calories. Remember to get some protein shakes. Remember to eat at least 3 portions of fruit a day. I always recommend oranges because they have lots of fiber. Keep exercising. If you can do 4 times a week, even better. Kenya, don't go to 150 or 80. You're gonna have an arrhythmia, so that's really difficult and it's dangerous. Yeah, Tony, not that high at all. Completely, no, no, no. 120, it's enough. And no, Cynthia, not allergic to you, I promise. And yeah, Tony, you're doing great. 86 to 80, that's great. And I don't think you have been here for a long time, right? Jeannie, if you can't get bigger portions, you need to eat more times. Even if you need 10 meals a day, you still need to increase your caloric intake. 500 is not good enough at all. Yeah, he's doing great, but he's exercising. At first, it was difficult for him to even breathe. I mean, in talking to you was like difficult. He was with some, he needed to rest between words, like he was really agitated. Then he was having a terrible sleep apnea. You don't even need a machine or a study to diagnose that because his wife was like really worried. A couple of times she actually hit him in the face and tried to wake him up, and still he wasn't responding at all. He wasn't responsive. She kept hitting him, and she was desperate. She was desperate until he woke up. So he was having a severe sleep apnea. I even told him that it wasn't possible to do the surgery like that. So we started working together for months and months, and you saw the results. Okay. Yep. Okay. So that's it. Again, do you have any questions? I already talked about the pre-op nutrition and why I do that kind of diet. We talk about ketosis. Ketosis, well, there are lots of myths about ketosis. Lots of people believe it's not good. Some people believe it's, dangerous and stuff. I believe the most natural way is to get your carbs, but the proper way, the proper amount. I do believe that's the best thing, like a balanced diet. But still, I know ketosis is not really bad, unless you have lots of toxins in your fat, so you're gonna develop keto rash. We have talked about that in the past. Fasting all month, 1 or 2 days left of fasting. But I start pre-op tomorrow. Okay. Well, Janelle, finish your fasting and start your pre-op diet as normal. So no changes. And by the way, I'm getting my protein shake here, and I'm adding some good carbs like raw oatmeals. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, Sherry. Hello, Jolly. Good morning. Mm. Sherry, it's not necessarily that the hiatal hernia came back. It's just that you can have reflux again. I mean, even not necessarily that you had your hiatal hernia is back. I mean, that's not the main problem. Mm. Remember that the hernia itself is not a huge problem unless you have reflux. There are lots of people with hernias and no reflux. There are people with reflux with no hernias. And we know that having a hernia is going to increase your risk for having reflux. That's true. But the difference in hernias, well, what kind of hernias? There are lots of them. The difference in hernias, what do you mean? We're talking about hiatal hernias, no abdominal wall hernias. Okay, well, I think we have covered everything. Exercising. Well, the tip of the day will be to get one of those. I'm loving this, and I will recommend them to you because I do believe this is super useful. If you can't go to the gym, still you don't have any excuses. You can run outside, around your block, or you can walk the dog or something. But also, this is something I really like, and I will show it to you. Give me a second. What do you think? It's amazing because you can actually, let me show you. You can actually change the weight of this. I'm gonna convert them. You can have just the bar. These are 10 pounds, and you can take them all the way to 15 pounds. Okay, so actually with this, so from 10 to 50, really fast, really easy. With this you can do all kinds of exercises. You can do biceps, triceps, femoral, shoulder, everything. You can do everything with that. You can do all kinds of exercises for the back, for the shoulders, for biceps, triceps, everything. Even for your femoral, we call it dead weight. You just, with your legs straightened, you just grab the dumbbells and you start straight, you start standing up again. Well, there are lots of exercises you can do. I definitely recommend it. Who makes it? Well, it's called Baju Fitness. BAYOU. I will. Let me see. I'm not sure if I can comment here, but I don't think so. I will post it in the comments, and well, see you next week. Just let me know what kind of topic you want for next week, and I will be here. Well, what do I recommend for inner tights? There are a specific machine for that in the gym. Yeah, Baju Fitness. That's it. Perfect. You're welcome. Oh, Francis, well, that needs to be repaired probably after Wellness, probably. Okay, but that's an abdominal wall hernia, so that's different. See you next week, family. Have a great week. Please remember that I'm gonna be here for you. You know where to find me. And you have any questions, please get them ready for next week. Okay, bye-bye. Love you all. See you later. Please watch my video. I posted a video about mini gastric bypass. It's a revision surgery, so it's a little different. It's a sleeve to bypass revision surgery. She wasn't my patient at first. I hope none of my patients are going to need a revision surgery. I hope. That's why I'm trying to form life coaches. Remember, the whole goal of having this support group, it's, yes, I do have a coaching system. I do want to coach you, But the whole idea is to form life coaches. And I love that we're doing that. There are lots of our veterans and new patients that are coaching new people, new patients. And also, I can tell you, they are coaching their own families and friends. They are teaching them how to eat and live healthier. So that's what I do. That's what I want to do. I want to form life coaches. I don't want to be a life coach myself. I want to form hundreds or thousands of life coaches. And so this way we're going to spread the result. We're fighting obesity not just one sleep at a time, but also one family at a time or friends. And you need to be the light to enlighten lots of people. Okay, so share the light. See you next week. Bye bye.